to that defeat. Hull have Prescott returning at fullback, Rayner, Coelove, Mackay and Crowther at the three-quarters. Cook and Jason Smith is in at scrum half. Up front it's Greenhill, King and Craven. Adam Marr comes into the side, Ryan and Chester. And on the bench it's Bird, Logan, Fletcher and Paul Parker. And the coach and director of rugby at the Boulevard, Sean McRae. Well, the Bradford Bulls have Robbie Paul playing at fullback in the Super League era for the first time. Vicona, Naylor, Gilmore and McAvoy. It's Costin and Deakin at scrum half. And the forwards, Vanganar, Lowes, McDermott, Peacock, Radford and Forshaw. No Daniel Gardner. Leslie Vainicolo begins his comeback from injury on week 1 on the bench, alongside Anderson, Parker and Fielden. The coach is Brian Noble. We await the arrival of the Bulls. They trailed early on 12-0 to Widnes last Sunday, but they were 22-12 up at half-time. They won 22-16 in the end, and the Bulls come home. Brian Noble, their coach, 32 wins from him from 40 games as a coach, a strike rate of 80%. A cool evening here in Yorkshire. Perfect though for Super League. It's the Bradford Bulls against Hull FC. And plenty of support on the terraces for the Bulls, but a good travelling army for Sean McRae and Tony Anderson and their team. Cracking atmosphere, Steve Owen, always is.
The pitch in excellent condition for these two sides who are packed jam full with stars. Big night also for Paul King, back into the hooking role because of Lee Jackson against Jimmy Lowes. Interesting conflict.
Well, before we start the match, a moment of sadness because Ken Traill, one of the greatest players ever to play for the Bradford club, he was involved in the Wembley finals of 1947, 48 and 49. He also starred for Halifax and Wakefield. He coached Wakefield to Wembley wins in 1960, 1962 and 1963, and he coached Wakefield to their first 2 and only championships in 1966 and 68. A minute's silence now for Ken Traill. Ken Traill, remembered reverently at Valley Parade, died this week, 75 years of age. Steve, one of the great names of Bradford's history.
Without a doubt, and one of nature's gentlemen. I had the pleasure of often discussing rugby league in the past and, of course, in the present. He was a keen supporter of this modern game, and a sad passing away of a great man.
He'll be sadly missed. Stuart Cummings is tonight's match referee. Blows the whistle. Hull FC get the game in motion. We're underway. And Robbie Paul underneath the kickoff tips the ball inside to Brian McDermott. First tackle of the match. And Hull really do face a huge test of character. Sean McRae, their coach and director of rugby, said it will be very interesting to see how his men back up after their defeat against St Helens last week. He says great teams respond after a beating, and he looks for his team to emphasise their possible greatness in Super League 7.
Not the best hunting ground though when Hull come away into the Bradford city. In fact, I think it's 96 points that Bradford have put across them, and in reply only 6. And Sean McRae knows that it's not going to be an easy task.
Davo with the top will bounce twice and into the arms of Gareth Rayner, and Rayner sets off on a run. dragging the play into centre field. McDermott and Lowe's in there quickly to cut him down. Jason Smith was the dummy half, turned the ball towards the left-hand side, and that is Matt Crowther. He gets to his feet. Prescott now established again in the side after injury, back in at full-back. Of course, Richard Horne out. Bit of a blow also on the way down here from Hull. Paul Parker was drafted into the bench. Adam Marr got his chance because Gareth Carvell literally couldn't get on the team bus. Passed the fitness test at lunchtime and then, I'm afraid, responded in the worst possible way for Sean McRae. Smith with a high kick. This is a test for Robbie Paul early. And
he's come up with a mistake.
Well, Robbie Paul has played full-back for his country, but he's never before played full-back for his club in the Super League era.
Oh, a bad mistake there. You could see that he brings the arms down. You really should have the arms elevated above the head and bring it down, elbows tucked in. Simple mistake. What an opportunity now for Hull FC.
Yes, it's very early chance. The ball coming out of the back of the scrum.
And we know the capabilities of Jason Smith playing at halfback. He absolutely cut Leeds to ribbons a couple of weeks ago.
This is Sean Ryan who takes the tackle. Hull, though, are 8 metres away from the line. Paul King is at dummy half. He looks left and finds Jason Smith. He fires the pass. That's a good ball to Mackay. Mackay, of course, who won the grand final with the Bradford Bulls last year.
What a
goal at Old Trafford.
What a great defence from Jamie Peacock. Really waltzed into him.
And this is Paul King again. Well watched. That's the last tackle. Now can Chester find anything here with Smith, and he'll hoist the kick out wide. Chester for McAvoy.
Oh, he's let loose. This could be a try. Was he interfered with? That's what he looked for.
Well, the ball has come out and Hull have touched him down.
Now then, was he impeded? Well, you could say that Gareth Rayner didn't go for the football. It's there and it's a gift. Now then, did they get the pressure on it? They're claiming the try, but I think the video referee will give interference. They're looking to see whether it was actually grounded properly.
Prescott will claim it, I think.
No, I think he missed it. I think they all missed it. But I'm not so sure about Gareth Rayner being taken.
Well, let's have a look.
He took Lee Gilmore out.
No, he contested the ball in the air, and Hull have a fantastic start, and I think it's been given to Rayner. Prescott was hunting. Certainly Rayner touched it down with his bottom, but I don't think that's allowed.
Well, a bit dubious as far as I'm concerned. Once again, a beautiful kick from Jason Smith. And it was McAvoy that I thought that had got knocked out of the way. This is a knock-on. This is where it all came from. I said it was a golden opportunity, and when you've got a man like this on the playing field, Jason Smith, superb kick. I'm not so sure that Rayner went for the ball there. I think they're badly done to, and I'm not too impressed about the fact that Rayner actually got downward pressure on the football. Controversy.
Well, controversy in your view, Steve-O, but not in the view of the video referee tonight. Gareth Rayner has been given his third try of the year, and indeed tries in his last 3 in a row now. So Matt Crowther to try and improve matters and make it a 6-0 lead for the visitors. He's drifting it towards the post. That's a great kick. That's a fine kick from Matt Crowther. He's played and scored in all of Hull's last 8 matches. Had a wow of a game, remember, against Leeds when last we saw them.
Well, I don't think Rayner goes anywhere near to that football at all. The intention, as far as I'm concerned. Now, does Rayner get downward pressure? You can't see him from that angle.
Well, I thought it was Prescott originally, but
no, Prescott,
Rayner,
I think it missed it.
Rayner's been given it anyway.
Well, he's got a little bit of a wry smile on his face, and rightly so. I think he knows that he missed it, and I think he also knows that he took Nathan McAvoy out of the play. I'm not the video referee, but they'll be talking about that one, especially Brian Noble. He'll have plenty to say about that.
Greenhill gets to his feet. Try scorer Rayner, confirmed by the video referee. He's given it to Gareth Rayner. There he is on the ball. He takes the tackle from Deacon and from Lee Gilmore. Now this is Paul King. That's a good run. But good defence from Banganar and Gilmore. 5 minutes gone. Dream start for the men from Hull. Crowther, Cook, I beg your pardon. Cook with a big kick downfield, and Robbie Paul this time allows it to bounce. The chase from Hull is good, but there's space here for McAvoy. He's away from Rayner. He can't get away from Sean Ryan. Robbie Paul, the dummy half. Here's Mike Forshaw attacking that Hull line. Just the start, Steve-O, that the neutrals would want, though. A try for Hull early.
And that would have lifted their spirits there. It was a good run by Nathan McAvoy. In fact, it's a long time since I've seen Gareth Rayner stood up so easily. Nervous times for the Bulls. They've got to settle down.
Good ball from Costin. This is Naylor. And a very, very good tackle as well from Adam Marr, by the way. Here is Deacon. Bradford 10 metres away. Bangadar spins out of one. Such strength. Prescott is there. And so too Sean Ryan. Quick play the ball. Lowe's on the last. Deacon stabs the ball forward. Jason Smith picks up. The danger is averted for Hull.
Not the best kick there by Paul Deacon, but it was a beautiful delayed pass earlier to the prop forward, Joe Vangada. So they're showing their skills at the Bradford Bulls, but as Eddie has just mentioned, it's a dream start that they needed, this whole side.
Well, they haven't won at Bradford since Easter 1994, and in their subsequent 5 visits, there have been plenty of heavy defeats. 40-0 here last year, 56-6 at Odsall in the year 2000.
And talking of heavy, that was a big hit on Sean Ryan, the second rower. Bradford obviously have been given the message from their coach, Brian Noble, come on, lift your game.
Angle kick straight into the arms of Nathan McAvoy. Good chase though, Cohen Love leading the charge. Gets the tackle in. This is Gilmore. He's away from the first, but 3 were waiting for him. Jason Smith all over the top of him. Crowd are getting on the referee's back. The ball comes out the back door from McDermott. Here goes Paul Deacon. And
pretty solid defence from Hull. They're moving in quickly out wide.
I was about to say exactly that.
They are forcing Bradford down into a one-man game down the middle. They've got to be more expansive.
They're trying to be that now with Costin. Dabs the ball forward. Big chase is on here. It's found touch though. It's beaten everybody. Scott Naylor runs right out of the ground.
Well, we spoke about controversy. This is the try yet again. I still think that Rayner didn't get it down. Now, Rayner misses it. If it's going to be a try, it's got to be given to Prescott. Pretty difficult to see though from that angle. Another angle here. Was it taken out? That'll be the big question. And Prescott finally gets to it.
Well, Rayner's got a right hand on it as well. Listen, they won't be arguing about it. It's 6-0 on the board. That's all they're worried about.
Oh, it's fish and chip time. Don't worry about that.
Offside at the scrum.
That'll be wrapping the batter tomorrow.
Stuart Cummings, the new man in charge of the referees, come May the 1st. First time we've seen him actually since his new appointment.
He looks fit.
He does look fit. And another appointment today, by the way, I'm sure you've already caught up with it, but Richard Lewis has been appointed as the new executive chairman. 47-year-old, he's from Surrey, a former Davis Cup tennis player from all accounts.
Yeah, well,
executive.
I reckon there might be a new rule change. Next year it won't be 40-20, it'll be 40-15.
Oh, I thought we'd get that.
Well, of course.
This is the way it looks head
to
head.
I wish him well. We waited a long time for someone to lead, and let's hope he does a fine job.
Great, left side, come on, Brendan. This is Craven, plays the ball. King, Jason Smith. It goes wide to Graham Mackay again. As I say, Graham Mackay, formerly with the Bulls. He came to Hull during the winter. Great acquisition by Sean McRae. And this now is Craig Greenhill. That's the last tackle. They are bang in front of the post, 15 metres out. They're going to run it though here with Smith and the kick. The kick for the chase. It's bounced into... Oh! Knock on is the decision. Cook has touched it down, but the referee says that's a knock on by Hull.
Well, once again, we've seen it for so often, haven't we? So many times. Jason Smith, his kicking is absolutely superb. Again, look at the pressure. And again, you also see Prescott turning his back and going into the man. Sean McRae has got this just right against this Bradford outfit. He knows perhaps man for man he's going to struggle with it, but when you've got the kicking ability of Jason Smith out there, use him to the fullest, and he's certainly doing that. It's creating all sorts of problems for the Bulls.
This is McDermott now. He gets Bradford to the halfway line. They're going down the short side here with Tavita Vaikona. We mentioned Mackay once at Bradford. Vaikona, of course, once upon a time of Hull. Crossfield kick is into no man's land, and Rayner will pick it up.
Well, a wasted effort really from Jamie Peacock, the second rower. And they look out of sorts to Bradford. They need to organise themselves. The defence is pretty solid. They're moving up quickly. But it's in the attacking phase that they've got to sort things out, settle things down. I'm sure that's what Brian Noble will get in the message to them.
Brian Noble alongside him, Bernard Dwyer. This is Adam Marr for Hull. Adam Marr, an unsung hero of the pack, really, highly rated by the staff at the Boulevard. And hasn't he bought well during the winter? I think we've got to give some credit for that, by the way, to Shane Richardson, the now departed. This is a high kick again for Robbie Ball. He claims this one. But Hull have recruited magnificently during the winter. They really have. And there's one of the new boys, Coe Love, and another one of them, Sean Ryan.
Leading by example, the forwards are really taking this awesome pack that they keep boasting about here at Bradford. Well, they'll have to lift the game if they're going to make any impact on this. We often talk about the opposition getting into their faces, messing around in the play of the ball. Craven's had a few words to say, and rightly so. Stuart Cummings has given him another 10 metres. It amazes me. You can see that Craven's all over the top, and you really could have penalised Cook for coming in late, but it just amazes me. These professionals, they get paid very well. They can't keep their mouths shut and talk to the referees.
Well, it's given Bradford an opportunity. They're midway inside the Hull half. That was Jason Smith over the top. Toa Coe Love round the ankles. It's Deacon. And Hull, well, they are enjoying the better of the first half possession so far. 12.5 minutes gone. Lowe's at dummy half. And this is Brandon Costin now.
Big responsibility on Costin, playing at standoff tonight. That's a good
Gilmore,
one of the break.
Gilmore.
What great defence. Good work from Ryan and Toa Coe Love. They had to as well.
Not the best pass, on the bounce to Deacon. Here now is Mike Forshaw. Cuts inside one. The reinforcements arrive. Last one. 8 metres away from the line, Bradford Bulls. Lowe's at dummy half. Here is Deacon. There's the stab. But it's easily picked up by Paul King.
Good work from the hooker there. And again, we see a failed kick from the little halfback, Paul Deacon. He's just not getting it right. He took an eternity there. Arms and legs all over the place. They've got to change the tactic. If that's the place, that's the second occasion it's hit somebody's legs. Maybe they'll be better served. Little chip over the top.
Offside now. Brandon Costin picked out by referee Stuart Cummings. Too quick off the mark.
Well, this is the kick again. Yeah, and I think should have been a strum down. I mean, that could have been head and feet to the Bulls.
Yes, Adam Marr was the man in front.
Though, to be fair, Stuart Cummings, of course, does not have the advantage of the slow motion replay that we do. He's got to make a decision pretty quickly.
14 minutes gone. Hull ahead by 6 points to nil. King gets it away to Smith. It goes wide to Chester. That's a good ball. This is Craven.
Oh, beautiful work there. They used Steve Prescott, the full-back. He came in on a dummy runner, and it was like a blind spot.
This is Sean Ryan now for Hull. Thinking about flicking out the back door. Took the tackle instead. 12 metres away from the line. Attacking the post. Cook gets the ball away to King. And King driving to the line. So close, Hull. Great effort here. Ryan. Jason Smith, beautiful ball. Craven again. Tackled by Robbie Paul. Helped out by Brian McDermott.
Well, Craven's working overtime, and it's Hull that are running the angles.
Good ball to Prescott. That went backwards. It's still all on. It's still all on. Play on, says the referee. Jason Smith dabs it over the top. Still Jason Smith. Oh!
Jimmy Lowe came to the rescue.
He did.
That was try time. Superb play yet again from Jason Smith. And Jimmy Lowe has saved them. Oh! It was there in the hands What a let-up. Jimmy Lowe's. Boy, you saved your side 6 points.
Definitely, because the ball was on the inside and they were in had he not got it. And London are 12-0 up against St Helens after 20 minutes. Well, two remarkable scorelines in the Tetley Super League tonight as we start the Easter programme. 6-0 here to Hull and 12-0 London over St Helens. Deacon to Gilmore. Lots of time to go, though, in both these matches. Gilmore is enveloped by 2.
Well, Bradford have been trying to swing the ball around when they've had the opportunity. Well, that's not the best kick either.
Sliced off Costin. Vicona got a hand to it, knocked it forward. It was on the last, so it's a turnover. Over on the far side where the ball touched Tavita Vicona.
Well, we spoke earlier about the responsibility for Costin.
It was a sliced up and under by Costin. Actually, if Vicona had have claimed that in, he was in for a try. It was a bit half-hearted, wasn't it, in the end?
Big if. But what a start, though, for this whole side. A lot of enthusiasm there. And it's in the forward battle that it's Hull that are taking control. You wouldn't think it when you look at the Bradford's pack.
Jason Smith, the architect, to Steve Craven. Beautiful ball, Prescott, he's on his own, trying to turn Paul inside out. Great tackle from Robbie Paul.
Was it ever? Got him on target, did the right thing for the first and second markers. Jason Smith found them.
This is Coilan, fed on the bounce by Jason Smith. That's the last tackle. Hull are asking questions of this Bradford defence. And that's a kick out wide. Great kick too to Crowder. Crowder's in! Crowder's in for Hull! Sean McRae has come up with the goods early here. And his supporters behind the post are going crackers.
It was a wonderful break from the fullback, Steve Prescott. Craven, I don't think it was an intended pass. Either way, the fullback caught it superbly. Great tackle, but watch how Jason Smith reads it. They're very slow at the play the ball area. And what a kick yet again. That is absolutely superb rugby league football. It don't come much better than that. And I tell you what, the kicking game from Jason Smith, it doesn't come much better either. Crowder, this is a shock, I can tell you. They're stunned here in Bradford.
Matt Crowder with the try, his second of the year. A try and 4 goals against Salford in round 1. 4 goals against Bradford in the 24-all home draw last year. Already he has kicked from this side of the field, now tries his luck from the other side. And this kick for a 12-0 advantage. Crowder arrows the ball in, it hits the post. Wrong side of the post and went the other way. 10-0.
It was an absolute pearler of a pass. I'm not so sure that he intended it. No, it squirts out, slips out, but well read there by Steve Prescott. The Ireland international took it further through, but this man from Australia, Jason Smith, he's having a wow of a game. Crowder happily accepts it. Normally the man that puts golden boots the goals over, but he's there with a try.
No penalty. Settles down. Well, you might have seen there that Matt Crowder played in the very first ever game between Sheffield Eagles and Paris Saint-Germain in 1996. It is 6 years to the day tomorrow since the summer era began in the Super League. So we're 6 years old tomorrow, and Crowder was there at the start, and Crowder has made it 10-0 to Hull here at Valley Parade. Nearly 20 minutes gone in this first half. What an opening, Phil Clark, by Hull.
You're dead right, Eddie. I've sat here and watched so many teams get blown away by Bradford, especially in the first half. The game's almost over as a contest by half-time. But here, quite the opposite happening. And Bradford really, they've put on their 2 forwards, Fielding and Anderson, really needing something just to give them a fantastic start from Hull so early on. One of the dangers for them is there's these kick receptions. Robbie Paul is very dangerous as the fullback, bringing it back. using both centres and wingers to hold off the defenders and find a bit more space for himself. Hull must really number up when they kick the ball deep.
Well, Hull, it's an old phrase that has been used many times in Super League, but they are getting into the face of this Bradford pack. And for the second match in a row, Bradford have to come from a big
possesses. A hero in Australia, and we are so glad that we have such talent coming over to this country from Australia. I dare say in the past there was many an Australian came for a little bit of a holiday and went home with a bag full of cash, but boy oh boy, this guy is giving value for money.
Yes, the VFM factor from Jason Smith, in fact the value for money factor from all the players in the Tetley Super League so far this season. It has been sensational stuff from the very first week. So, the last time in Super League the Bulls trailed here, last August against the Saints. They hit back and won. Will history repeat itself? Terrific start from Hull required in this second half. They need to pick up the pace where they left off at the end of that first 40. Bradford, they just need to pick up the pace. And I'm sure that that was the theme of Brian Noble's half-time discussion. We'll find out from Bill Arthur very shortly.
And on top of that, Eddie, I'm sure that he would have mentioned to the fact that they were unbeaten in Super League all last season. We know that they lost to Leeds in the Cup, and it will be at home. So it's a situation whereby say, come on, we have got to defend this fortress, but we have to get in front first.
That's a high hanging kick from Jason Smith. Terrific kick by Kona, though. No pressure around him, but a great chase from Crowther. Naylor, dummy half to Robbie Paul. Still operating at full-back. Spun round and drilled into the ground by Sean Ryan.
Their defence is absolutely superb, Holds, because they're using not a sliding defence, but more of what we class as the umbrella defence. Out wide, we close them through. The result, Bradford going down the middle.
Right, let's find out what was said at half-time. Bill?
Well, there's no paint peeling off the Bradford dressing room walls as a result of Brian Noble's half-time talk. No panic yet from the Bulls, but they know that they've got to find that spark early in this second half. Very flat first 40 minutes from the Bradford Bulls, and the coach is looking for them to lift, for all the players to lift. He's not thinking of many changes yet in terms of the half-back arrangement, but he knows that the side has really got to raise their game. Hull coach Sean McRae delighted with that first 40 minutes, 100% completion rate from his side. He just wants to see them muscle up in this second half against the big Bradford guys and slug it out again. The good news for Hull, not such good news for Bradford Bulls. Stuart Fielden is not going to be returning. Very groggy, according to the Bulls, as a result of that high tackle in the first half.
Sean McRae will be delighted that his team aren't turning over the football they did last week against St Helens. He said in that match it was 56% their completion rate, and it dropped to 50% in the second half. No such signs so far this week. An excellent effort. High kick from Jason Smith. Here's Vicona coming for it and claims it. Releases the ball as he falls as well. This is Robbie Paul.
Risky business there. Did well to take it and then applied more pressure to his teammates by offloading when they really weren't expecting it. But this is where the likes of Paul Deacon and Robbie Paul have to start taking control. They have to start mystifying this whole defence.
Lowe's is there. Here's the big fellow Anderson. Anderson just trying to get the ball away and does so in the end to Lowe's. He skips away from one, tries to skip away from the next two. Here's a penalty. Use of the forearm by Sean Ryan.
Just came a little bit late over the top. Worked hard. Not much in it.
There it was.
Just a little jag straight down.
Nothing there. It's Kia now. Watch.
Yep.
There's the arm.
And it is silly play.
Well, Deacon will surely have a shot at goal here.
Of course, Sean McRae will be spitting chips about that one, and every right to. They really don't need that sort of play. Remember, they are the side in front, and I'm sure that's what the big fella is sending down to the sideline. Get the message across. We are not going to give them silly penalties. Now, an enormous pressure out there on the little fella Deacon.
Yes, he missed witness last Sunday. And he's missed this one tonight. So that That's interesting. One touch judge had the flag up, one waved it away, and the referee has given it.
Well, that is absolutely amazing. I thought that he missed by about a metre.
Well, the one-touch judge watch on the left, he has it up, he has it down on the right, and referee Stuart Cummings says that the kick was good. Deacon gets 2 points.
Well, that's unbelievable. I know it's always difficult when the ball goes higher than the actual height of the post.
Well,
has the wheel started to turn?
12-8.
Have they found the shamrock on this pitch here?
Well, that looked as though it had missed by a mile.
I thought it, well, not a mile, Eddie, but boy, I wouldn't like to claim expenses for you.
Well, that could be a very timely boost for Bradford.
And a very costly one for the whole side. Hull really need to just do a replica as they did in the first 40, and that's good, solid, hard work. They're sharing the ball carrying, nothing too fancy, just applying the pressure, and why not get in a good position when you got the likes of Jason Smith to put his kicking game away.
That's a great kick from Deacon. It's a real test of this out wide. Rayner, though, has dealt confidently with everything that's been thrown at him.
He has built in confidence so much, this kid.
Now Bradford are swarming around the ball carrier.
Of course, he would have had plenty of opportunity when he was playing rugby union with Pontefract several years ago, but I must say he's acquitted himself superbly since he joined the Hull side. I get the feeling, Eddie, that the Bulls will just turn the cog up, not only in attack but in defence. You can see them getting up the mark very quickly. They're trying to emulate what Hull did in that first 20 minutes and really going to cross to him.
Jason Smith with a big booming kick downfield, but that will be too deep. That will run dead.
What a wonderful action, hasn't it? It seems so effortless, and that ball just really shot through. The referee has not blown for time on, now he does. Crowd start without the merry whistle blower giving a merry whistle.
Cacophony of noise inside the stadium. The Bradford fans trying to lift their team. Here is Brian McDermott.
They found it difficult in the Bradford forwards to get over the advantage and set the platform that we see so often.
That's better from Forshaw.
Could have been someone on the inside.
This is Lowe's. Here's Anderson.
They're getting the roll on. Jimmy Lowe's has started to move and run from dummy half.
This is Deacon. It goes wide. Radford dabs it forward. Hull have got it back.
Was that a knock-on? No, said the official. Corey Love finishes up with a football. Well, not the best kicking game tonight from Bradford. Not the best option there. They really could have gone for a better one from Lee Radford. I don't know why they don't change. I suggested they should do the chip over the top. Everything they put to ground on the floor, this whole side have come up with the possession.
Crowder, back it goes. And here's the drive in from Richard Fletcher. That's the last. Wait for the kick here from Jason Smith. There it is. And Prescott's hunting it. Rayner's hunting it. They've dropped it. Good job that Robbie Ball was there.
Again, he's creating all sorts of havoc. But the thing that is fascinating me is that every time Jason Smith sets up on the last, he's put under no pressure whatsoever.
By Kona now.
And he's not standing back all that far. It's as though Bradford have decided just stay back and keep this defence solid. But I'd be putting pressure on this man. Plenty to choose from the official.
Dog's hind leg, wasn't it?
There's only one got back, and that was a fullback Steve Prescott that anywhere near the 10 metres.
Well, in home games, no change, by the way, after an hour at Brentford, 23-6 London. But in home games, between these two, Bradford have won 16 out of 22 since 1973. If Hull hang on tonight, this will be one of their great victories, and certainly one of their greatest victories of the Super League era. But Bradford looking for something here with McAvoy. Great tackle by Jason Smith.
It had to be as well. Corey Love went far too high, wasn't helping the cause.
Deacon to Anderson. Anderson! 4 to bring him down.
Great run, the crowd just lift every time he gets the ball.
Lowe's, not the best pass. Gilmore, wide it goes. McAvoy!
Try time, he's got it down. No doubt in my mind.
Referee wants the video ref to check. But Nathan McAvoy, if what we saw is confirmed, has scored the try.
Nothing wrong with that at all. The crowd has seen what you're seeing at home, and they are cheering ecstatically, and rightly so. They are back.
Try is given to McAvoy. Just 8 appearances last year, but he's featured in every one in Super League now, and a try in each of his last 2. Nathan McAvoy, and the Bulls are back.
Great move there. It wasn't the best pass. It was intended for the prop forward, McDermott, but he went in there. It bounced kindly, and you can see that Raynor was caught out of position. Gilmore offloads McAvoy in for a vital try, and you can see how it meant so much to them. It was going to the prop forward. Gilmore did well. Raynor in no man's land. He had to go for Gilmore, and McAvoy sneaks it at the corner. We said they were on a roll, and they've come up trumps.
The try given on the nod of the video referee, Steve Crashley, tonight. And this conversion now tight to the touchline. 37 metres away, but the angle acute, to say the least. This for the lead for Bradford for the first time. They're on the way. Deacon's boot. Bradford are ahead 14-12. They've battled back again.
You can see Raynor, because of the bounce of the ball from Jimmy Lowe's, he had to go in field. He had to hope that Gilmore would throw the dummy. He didn't. It was a neat pass, and McAvoy scores a sensational try.
Well, is this the moment when Bradford get the bit between their teeth and go on and win this match? It's been a brave effort from Hull, hasn't it? Have they finished, or will they continue on, Phil Clark?
Well, I feel very unfortunate if I was a Hull fan at the moment. The last 2 penalties that have been awarded against them were, in my mind, very controversial. The first one, of course, that kick from Deacon, which from where I was sat was never a point, but they got the 2 points on that. And then the last one where they said the marker wasn't straight, they got the penalty kick to touch, and they've just got the try and the goal from that. So 8 points, which in my mind, and now a 3rd penalty goes against the Hull side. Really, at the moment, Stuart Cummins isn't being that fair to them.
Well, that was a huge mistake by Bradford. Forshaw took the tap in the wrong place, and therefore it has to be a scrum down with Hull possession. Why on earth the loose forward went for the quick tap when he really should have slowed things down? They have paid a heavy price. It could cost them the game.
Well, he was looking to get Hull on the back foot. This, though, is Coe Love on the front foot. He's over the line there. He was rolled over the line then, I'm sure, Coe Love. Maybe the tackle was completed beforehand. Hands out. This is Greenhill. Greenhill now to Jason Smith. Jason Smith then to Adam Marr.
Well, Brian Noble will be fuming. He should have been applying the pressure. He knows that.
Chester.
And they're tackling for their lives now.
Looping pass from Jason Smith. They've got a man on the overlap. Prescott. Back it goes. And Bradford have it back.
Good job that McAvoy was alert there. Prescott, a desperate lunge and a desperate offload through the dummy, tried to get it away, and it just, I think it hit Prescott's boot. It looked for all the world as though it was going to go straight to Coe Love for a simple try, and it bounced off his own boot.
Not the best pass again. Deacon is clattered by Marr. Big hit. This match isn't over yet. Here's Naylor. He's broken the first. Nearly breaks the second. Tried to get the pass away. Knock on. Actually, Jimmy might might be accidentally offside.
Well, a good option. He had plenty of time there to throw the ball. This is Forshaw, this is the situation. Now he gives the penalty, and he gives the penalty where he's standing, and Forshaw taps it. He has got no option as Stuart Cummings, but to put him scrum down.
They've had a rub of the green here. This is Forshaw from the base of the scrum. Forshaw all the way, and hauled down. Terrific tackle by Prescott again. They got the head and feet at the scrum there. This is McDermott to within 2 metres of the line.
Great run from Forshaw though. He made up for that error.
Deacon, Anderson will score.
What a game he's having.
You cannot stop this fellow. And Sean McRae, I wonder if he's thinking why the scrum was given head and feet to Bradford.
Well, it mystified me. It's mystified a lot of the people here. If you're a Bradford fan, you won't be complaining.
But Bradford were in possession, then there was the mistake. They got possession from the scrum.
I don't know who came up with it either, Eddie. But this was wonderful effort from the loose forward. They were slow in defence, slow to get out. And from there, they launched yet again. The simple late pass to the big fella. That's all it was. Beautiful stuff. Neat pass there from the little halfback, Paul Deacon. Now this is the mistake. Now then. Well, how on earth is to put a scrum down there is beyond belief. It should have been play on, if anything. And it's good work. Deacon step back on the inside. You could see Cook went far too high. And this fella, what a wonderful effort it's come from this substitute. One of the awesome foursome, and that's what he's saying. I'm awesome. I'll tell you something, Mr. Anderson, you sure are.
Well, a terrific try from Anderson, but again tinged with controversy. Deacon adds the extras, but I wonder why the scrum was put down in the first place. Did Stuart Cummings say, I don't know whether I heard it or not, but did Stuart Cummings say, I've made a mistake, I'm going to put the scrum down?
Well, this is the offload, and it's going backwards. There, it comes off his foot. Lowe picks it up. That should be just play on. What on earth is the scrum down for?
Well,
Robbie Paul was looking to the official and saying to the official, hey, come on.
Well, he obviously has made a mistake, and he's given Bradford the feed, so as they keep possession.
Robbie Paul was going to complain and say, hang on, there wasn't a knock-on, and there wasn't. If anything, was Lowe's in front? I don't think he was when it came off the boot. Oh.
Well, we said, didn't we, half-time might have come at the wrong time for Hull, and boy, has it ever.
Well, I said, after the restart, maybe the luck is changing, and it certainly has.
It was that penalty, remember? One flag up, one flag down.
Yeah.
Stuart Cummings gave it. You said if they found the shamrock, I think maybe they have.
Well, that has absolutely baffled me. How on earth the scrum was put down?
Well, I think
late.
He must have held his hands up, Stuart Cummings, and said, I've made a mistake, we'll start again. Must have done.
Well, the only thing that I can't understand why Jason Smith, oh, what a great kick. That is a superb kick. It's not a 40-20, but they won't mind it. Leading 20 points to 12, they know the pressure is on Hull yet again. They will get their one defensive line solid. But I can't understand why Jason Smith didn't go straight up to the referee. He's allowed to as a captain. Say, excuse me, sir, where was the knock-on?
Well, that will be a mystery maybe, but we'll try and check exactly what the situation was there. Dion Bird is on for Hull, there he is. Well, a night that was going so superbly for the men. Not tonight in black and white, but in light blue black and white, has suddenly turned sour. They trail now by 8 points, and it's a big ask on a night like this when Bradford have their wind behind them to claw that back.
It certainly is, with the fact that the possession that
Chester,
could run.
great ball to Prescott.
I was just about to say, the biggest problem Hull have had in the second half, they haven't had possession.
They've got the penalty now.
Well, Naylor's
in the sin bin.
Yeah, that was a professional foul. He's got it right on that occasion. Number 20 goes in the book. Now this could be interesting. Will Hull take the 2, or will they go for glory here?
It was a fabulous tackle, first of all, there.
Yeah.
Now he was all over him.
Yeah, pulls him down, and then he walks all over him.
You're going for goal?
Yep.
Jason,
Professional foul, with Hull in a great position to launch for a 4-pointer. He knows it, does Naylor. It's nail-biting time here. Hull are not out of this yet, I can assure you.
Well, Steve Prescott has been a hero for Hull tonight on attack and defence. Coming up to the hour mark here, Bradford ahead, 20-12. In possession, though, Hull with Adam Marr. Paul King, the dummy half. Good ball from Logan.
Oh, yes, he got it down.
Jason Smith. Jason Smith thinks he has. Another decision for Steve Crashley.
He's very close, I must say. Well, what a night for this guy. The creator in the first half. Has he got it down? No, he's lost it. Only inches away. You can hear the crowd here. They are seeing this replay too. This is going to be NOTRY, but what an effort yet again. From provider to nearly the score of the try. Full credit to the Bradford defence. Here it comes. It's 10-0 to start with. You know the rest.
And scrum feed goes to the defence again. So close, Jason Smith.
And by the look on the face there of Sean McRae, I think he's looking ruefully to say, well, that perhaps could have been it. That could have been the reply that maybe could have just rocked the confidence of this Bradford outfit.
They won't be giving it in yet, Hull, I'll tell you.
They never do. Great spirit.
Just less than 20 minutes to go. Vangenaar's return. There he is.
That's a smart move from Noble. He knows that Vangenaar's pretty solid. Very rarely does it come up with a mistake.
This is Jamie Peacock now.
And he knows it's a bit of composure time. He knows it's got to be settled. Control this game from here on in the final 20.
Bradford, good hands to Lowe's. On it goes to Deacon. That was Peacock. This is Forshaw. Still Forshaw. Great run behind him from McDermott. Relieves the pressure. Now Costin. Bradford away with Costin. Robbie Paul on his inside. Costin's backed himself. Costin still.
What a tremendous tackle as well.
Rayner.
It was Rayner to the rescue.
Bradford.
Oh!
No, they're not.
That was knocked by a Hull player. That was knocked out by a Hull. It was a fist from Hull. This will be more pressure for Hull. There's the... It was... No, who was it? It was a fullback that came across, and I think it's a fullback that's knocked it out. He went behind Lee Gilmore. This could be head and feet, and I think he's been caught out, Steve Prescott. He thought he may have been able to kick it. And that, well, did he play for the ball, or was it accidental? Well, it'll be interesting this.
He played for the ball because it's going to be Bradford's head and feet. And this is a golden opportunity for Bradford. Deacon to Robbie Paul. Showed it to Forshaw. Showed it to Costin. Gave it to Vicona. A brilliant try. An absolutely brilliant try. Scored by Vicona, but made by the genius of Robbie Paul. Absolutely breathtaking skills from the Bradford captain. Fabulous. And he knows the thing now, the game is up.
I think you're right, Eddie. The fact when Jason Smith was held up a few inches away from the line. This is the incident. Now there's Prescott. I don't think Prescott went for that ball. I think he was in the action of actually doing the tackle. So I think it's been badly done to. But what sheer skill from Robbie Paul. Sometimes I see this guy, when he gets the football, he's going to pull a rabbit out of a hat or somewhere. Either way. But well read by Vicona. He knew the script. It was written perfectly. And I'm afraid it's more than a strip now. It could turn into a heavy tome.
Well, unkind on Steve Prescott, but Robbie Paul laid that on a golden platter for Tavita Vaikona. On his 30th consecutive appearance, the former Hull man has scored the try, which has been improved by young Paul Deacon. 26 points to 12.
Well, I'm still stunned at the decision by the referee. I honestly felt that Steve Prescott was going for the tackle, and in my opinion, if you do not play at the ball, it was a bad pass from the Bradford player. So therefore, I think Hull have been badly done to, yet again.
Crowther restarts. I think to be fair to referee and touch judge, they would be hard pushed not to give that head and feet to Bradford. He's trying to stop them scoring a try, and he's going for the ball, the man, and everything else that's on the move. However, on such things, do matches change? It's Bradford who are in possession. 30 points to 6, London. I think they're on their way to their first win of the season. They got their first point of the season against Castleford last week, and they are 30 points to 6 up against the Saints. That sets a marker down.
I don't think they'll get out of this time.
Not with 10 minutes to go. I don't think even Saints can do that.
I know they're the great comeback kings, but was on the last. Lowe's trying to kid the referee, and you could see there the big fella Mackay turn his back, and that's an instance where the ball played the man yet again. And I think the ball...
It's a bit different from that over in the corner, Steve.
Well, I'll still argue with it.
Well, I know you will. I wouldn't expect anything else.
Mr. Perfect yet again. I knew it would come soon in this season, and it has.
Jason Smith. No, it's a democracy. You can have your opinion, I'll have mine.
Just because you're taller.
And you can have your opinion, Steve-O, but I'll always be right. This is Prescott. Quarter of an hour to go. And absorbing a compelling contest. This is Adam Marr.
Oh, has dropped it. Offside. Definitely came off by Kona's hand. Bradford crowd don't like it, but the official's got it right here. Deliberately knocked out. Great decision by the referee.
So Hull with an opportunity then. Paul King. That's Steve Craven.
But as you say, Eddie, they will not throw the towel in. They will give it their biggest shot, not the best pass. Can Bird get it away? Oh, Rayner's dropped it.
Rayner had the line begging. Just couldn't take it in. And they had the overlap as well. Vinokola was nowhere.
He was in no man's land, and the opportunity for the 12-man Bradford Bulls.
Naylor is still in the sin bin. Bradford are still down to 12. And Bradford have taken this game by the scruff of the neck with a one-man down.
Well, I can't believe that. Gareth Rayner, he won't be doing my shopping, that's for sure. He had a golden opportunity. When you look at that opportunity and the one with Smith so close, there could only be just a couple of points in it.
Lowe's. Vanganar. Here goes Vaikona again. Lowe's at dummy half. Here now is Radford. Radford, by the way, who celebrated his 23rd birthday on Tuesday. And the kick to the corner finds touch. Good tactics. Good tactics from James Lowe's.
Well, a sigh of relief on the experienced hooker, who's been in absolutely brilliant form this year. Already scored 2 tries this season. And there's a career list of 130 tries. What an effort. At an average of about 1 try every 2.5 games. Superb for a hooker.
Dion Bird takes the tackle. runs from dummy half, and that is probably James Lowe's majority, and then 20. Mackay has got players either side. One of them is Coey Love. Here is Mackay. There is... Oh, what an awful pass.
Play on, back to 6, surely.
Chris Chester.
He was in an offside position.
It's a penalty to Hull anyway. Quick tap taken. Jason Smith. Drive in. Quick play the ball. Jason Smith again. Just pushed back.
That deserved a try. Wonderful effort.
Sensational football. Paul King.
Oh, what defence. Good work from Robbie Paul. Stuck to King like a limpet mine. Had to. He was ready to explode.
Jason Smith. Chester's dropped it. Play on. Mackay's dropped it.
That'll be
Play
a
on.
knock-on. Mackay thought he went back, but he's not going to be given the benefit of the doubt.
Was it a knock-on by Mackay or by the Bradford man?
Well, we soon see here. Neat dummy. Good speed as well for such a big man. Coey Love. This was outstanding rugby league football. Oh, it just couldn't be finished off the crowther. I think it came off the back. That went backwards, that's fine. I think you'll find that that's forward.
Yeah, it was. Of Mackay.
Sensational game. Every single player deserves all the credit. This is Super League at its best.
I think Paul King is just on his way to the blood bin. He has stood up and been counted. There's the blood from just below the left eye.
He's a tough hombre. He's worked hard. This has been a battle royal. But it hasn't,
Great
just been,
effort from these two
it hasn't
guys.
just been an arm wrestle, Eddie. This has been some absolutely wonderful rugby league football. The skill factor, the kicking game. Oh, I'm in heaven.
Mike Gona again to the Bulls.
This will be safety first by the Bulls as well now. They know that with just less than 10 minutes remaining, only something absolutely stupid will allow Hull back into this match.
Banganar.
This is a up-the-jumper time. No frills, no fuss. Take the valuable 2 points.
Peacock driving into halfway. Lowe's dummy half. Coming down the short side with Naylor.
I know everybody says it, Eddie, but this really has been a game of two halves, hasn't it?
Lowe's with the kick. Out on the full. Mistake from James Lowe's.
Well, I said something silly. Would only be the cause of an upset for Hull to get back in it. And he looked somewhat confused there. Though I must say, didn't have many players around him that was willing to help him out. He was left with no option.
That ball went forward. No, went backwards, says the referee.
It did go backwards.
James Lowe's doesn't agree. Look at that, the final score. London have picked up their first ever home win against St Helens. And what a victory, 40 points to 6. That will set the cat amongst the pigeons. Bradford then will be clear at the top of the table tonight at the start of the Easter programme.
That's an amazing scoreline.
Oh.
I saw them in their first Super League game at Leeds and they were absolutely woeful. They showed touches of brilliance in the first half against Wigan, but they must have played outstanding rugby league football tonight.
Played out of their skin. Fantastic win for London. Jason Smith. Crossfield kick, a tester for Vinacolo this. It's bounced off Rayner, he scored, but it was a knock-off.
Rayner looks confused.
First knock-on, it's Hull's head and feed.
Yeah, came off the chest and then onto the arm. Well spotted by the official. I thought it was, or does it? No, this is a dodgy one. I think that Vicona has got his hand to that ball.
Yes, that was the first knock-on. That's why Hull have got head and feed. And he deemed that...
Well, why didn't he play on? It should be a try.
Well, he said that there was a second knock-on. It might be a try anyway. First knock-on Anyway, Bradford first knock on, then another knock on by the Hull man. Smith trying to put Ryan through the hole, trying to put Fletcher through the hole. They go the other way. Chester.
Great tackle from McDermott. Super stuff.
This is Ryan. Flicks it back. Adam Marr. Adam Marr again attacking the line. The last one. Can Bradford's defence stand firm here? Last tackle this set of 6. A lovely dab over the top. Play on. Try. Going up.
It's got to be that time. No interference. He's given it.
The little dab again over the top from Jason Smith. It was just flicked back by the Bradford defender, and Coelho accepted the gift.
He's dynamite with his kicks, isn't he? Oh, that was excellent stuff. I think it was
Brandon Costin, it was.
Yeah, Costin got his fingertips to it. Just knows how to put the right weight on. Excellent stuff. Well spotted by Coelho. Quick on the mark. He's got to have the best kicking game in the world. Without doubt, in my mind, Jason Smith.
Fantastic from Jason Smith. By the way, the great roar in the background was they just flashed up here in the stadium the final score from London. I don't think anyone can believe that. Toa Coelho, though, with the try for Hull. They might be beaten. They might. It's a big might. They might be beaten. They have not been disgraced here.
Oh, none whatsoever. This has been a classic game. It's had everything. Controversy, skills, and good goal kicking.
Yes, Crowther adding the extra 2. 26-18. Toa Coelho has given Hull a little hope.
Well, it's amazing, you said it and I said it, Eddie, that there are times when coaches hate the half-time hooter to go. I bet Sean McRae would have loved to have just thrown away all the lemons and oranges and cups of tea in there and said keep on going. But Bradford were out of sorts and they were making them play. Poorly indeed. Hull's defence was good, but full credit to the Bulls. They dug deep in the second half. Are we in for a thriller? I think we may be.
Well, there's 5 minutes to go. Hull will believe they can snatch something here. And by the way, it's Hull against London, the conquerors of St Helens tonight, on Monday. That's not on Sky Sports. We'll be at Saints and Wigan.
That might be a tasty game too.
Oh, dearie me. Richard Fletcher
Just took his eye off the ball. And I think that will be it. Surely the message will go out to Bradford, drive towards those stakes. If we can't score, just put over the 1 point. You must control these victories. That is the mood of Brian Noble. He said when we get in the front, we must control it.
4 minutes to go. Let's just get a quick word before final siren from Phil Clark.
Well, when Hull FC played here last year, they were beaten by 40 points to 0, outpowered and outclassed. Certainly not the case tonight, and with a touch of luck, they could have even gone on to win this game. Feel pretty sorry for them. Really haven't had the bounce of the ball, but I suppose Sean McRae's been coached for long enough to be philosophical about the fact that maybe later in the season we might get some decisions going their way.
Bradford looking to finish with a bit of a flourish here. That's Brian McDermott, though, turned over on his back. Lowe's to Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul to Deacon. Deacon to Banganar. An impossible situation for the big Kiwi, really.
Will they go for the one? I think they may.
Deacon doing down the short side. Stab through. Play on. Play on. Back to 6, surely. Yes, it is. Here's Forshaw. Round the corner to Banganar. Banganar! That's it. It all came as a result of the mistake by poor young Richard Fletcher. But Joe Banganar, from that distance, on his 40th appearance for Bradford Bulls, just refused to be denied.
keep the ball alive. Fielding was lucky to, Peacock, should I say, was lucky to get the bounce. Foreshorted ever so well. You can see Wangenaar there was stood having a rest. He was surprised, but he wasn't getting the fort. That's where Peacock offloaded. But watch the pass on the inside. Look, Wangenaar's having a rest. He's like, oh, I may as well go the line here. Sheer weight got him over. And that's it, as Eddie said. A good end to a classic encounter. I loved it. I bet he has too.
Only Joe Wangenaar's third try for the Bradford Bulls. Deacon will add the extra two. What odds would you have got on, in a 32 points to 18 victory for Bradford, Paul Anderson and Joe Wangenaar scoring tries?
Good effort indeed. Big Joe doesn't score many tries. That's his first this season, and in fact his career total is only 11, so that's something pretty rare to him, and that's the reason why he's smiling so much. The big fella, the Western Samoan, has sealed this game for the Bulls, but what a tough encounter this has been, Eduardo.
It has, and in the last minute. An end length of the field, try to finish, it would be tough on Hull.
Well, the scoreline does not reflect in any way their effort. Look at that, Logan. What a big hit on Wangenaar. He felt it.
And here goes Vainikolo. Lowe's. It's McDermott.
Better get the kick in.
Robbie Paul. Wangenaar. Costin. Peacock.
Oh, just got to it.
That's the last.
What a game. They're counting down. Will it be the kick?
It's a drop goal attempt from Deacon. Misses. There's the full-time siren. A classic. A classic to start the Easter programme. Bradford have won by 32 points to 18. London have beaten St Helens by 40 points to 6. What a night! What a night in the Tetley Super League!